the face of such extreme weather, it is just so difficult, and there's obviously been huge disruption to people. We've got a really robust flood protection scheme in Brecon, actually, that's designed to withhold water rises up to 3.8 metres. And unfortunately, that's been breached. SEPA were predicting the levels going as high as 5 metres.
Wow.
So you can imagine it's just impossible to contain. And all we can do is focus on preservation of life.
Storm Babet is causing chaos across more and more parts of the UK, with floods, evacuations, grounded flights, and 3 people have died. Derbyshire County Council has declared a major incident. In Suffolk, people have been advised not to travel unless it's essential. North East Scotland, one of the worst affected areas, is bracing itself for another 4 inches of rain today. Indeed, there is a red danger to life warning in place once again. Davy Shanks, a journalist based in Festrocairn in Aberdeenshire, joins us. Davy, good morning.
Good morning, Callum.
So what is the latest, and what is the kind of official messaging as we all wake up on Saturday morning?
So we're about 8 hours into our second red weather warning here in the northeast of Scotland. This area had a reprieve of maybe 12 hours yesterday where we weren't in a risk to life warning, where people in Brecon, where you've seen those pictures of evacuations, were able to finally take a second, get back into their homes, rescue pets, get some possessions and clothes just to prepare to be out for even longer. The official messaging is do not travel unless absolutely necessary. Not that you could if you wanted to. A lot of the main roads, the A90, which is the main sort of dual carriageway connecting the east of Scotland, is closed between, basically you can't get between Dundee and Aberdeen because of extreme flooding there. Train service is also cancelled as well. But what that is doing is pushing a lot of traffic onto sort of smaller country roads like this, which are often blocked by fallen trees, flooding too. I can hear a car coming now. This road is actually closed because of fallen trees. As well, but people are just chancing it anyway, just trying to get around. So there's incredible levels of disruption. But we're seeing quite a lot of flooding as well outside of the red weather warning area, and areas sort of north of Aberdeen too have been hit quite hard as well. But as you can see from where I'm talking to you now, the really heavy rain has sort of come overnight. It is a bit lighter now, so perhaps there's still more to come. That warning is a 24-hour warning in place until midnight tonight as well, so plenty more. But at least if the heavy rain comes this time, it'll happen in the light.
Thanks, Davy. It's really good to check in with you, and we'll keep in touch as the day goes on. Let's bring in Beth Whiteside, who is the council leader of Angus Council. Davy mentioned the town of Brecon there, which has seen extreme flooding in that area. Beth, good morning to you.
Good morning, Callum.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. I appreciate it's a very busy time for you guys dealing with this. Just give us an idea of what has happened, how many are affected, and what the situation is this morning.
Well, as we've been hearing, it's really an unprecedented situation. There's been an event which is just unknown to people, and as we know, Brecon's been the worst hit. For those that are not familiar with Angus, we're a county with around about 116,000 residents, but those are spread over a large area, and Brecon's in the north. It's a mainly rural county, so responding to emergencies like this can be challenging. As we've just heard, the main road connecting Dundee and Aberdeen, which runs right through Angus, has been closed and remains closed as far as I'm aware. As a council, our duty has been to make sure we've got a well-planned emergency response in place, and it is extremely well-planned. We have an incident management team which immediately sprang into action, and they are coordinating with the local resilience partnership, which includes police, fire, health and social care, NHS and third sector partners. And I'd just like to praise them all. The response has been absolutely amazing. But in the face of such extreme weather, it is just so difficult, and there's obviously been huge disruption to people. We've got a really robust flood protection scheme in Brecon, actually, that's designed to withhold water rises up to 3.8 metres. And unfortunately, that's been breached. SEPA were predicting the levels going as high as 5 metres.
Wow.
So you can imagine it's just impossible to contain. And all we can do is focus on preservation of life and
Yeah.
ensure people are cared for when they have been forced to leave their homes.
And lots of people have been, Beth, haven't they, forced to leave their homes, I mean. So are they still in sort of community centres and refuge areas like that? And crucially, when will they get home? And I say that because I imagine a lot of them will go home to see that they actually don't have much left.
Well, we did set up very quickly 3 emergency centres in Brechin, Montrose and in Forfar. The centre in Brechin was the most required and it was quite busy at times. Yesterday, the focus was on trying to find better accommodation for people who weren't going to be able to go back to their homes very quickly at all. So a huge operation was put in place to find bed and breakfasts, Airbnbs, type of accommodation that people would be more comfortable in over the next few days initially. And they did really well. They found accommodation for around about 60 people, and the numbers left in the rest centre are quite low now. But the community response was absolutely overwhelming. They put a call out for supplies for people because they were leaving their homes in wet clothes with absolutely nothing.
Gosh.
And the community has rallied around tremendously. I just can't praise enough the response.
Beth, it is always amazing. You see the best of people in the worst of times, don't you? That's the thing, and it has been a really difficult and challenging couple of days. Thank you very much for taking a few minutes out to speak to us. I know that you'll be busy helping people, so thank you very much, Beth.
Can I just say one more thing?
Of
There
course.
has been loss of life. There have been 3 people that I know of who have sadly lost their life in this situation, and my heart goes out to their friends and family and everybody who knows them.
Absolutely. Hear, hear. So say all of us. Beth, thank you very much. Great to speak to you. That is Beth Whiteside, who is the leader of Angus Council. We've been talking a lot about Brechin in the last couple of days, the town that's been really badly affected, and surrounding area as well. But that is the area of Angus, where Beth is the council leader. So we'll keep an eye on that situation for you as well as the day unfolds on Times Radio.
Coming up.